Okay, so my name's Tamika. I've been filing my taxes for about a few years now, and been going to H&R Block the entire time. Now, today, when I filed my taxes for the year 2017 and 2018, I was filing with a woman there, H&R Block. Her name is Rhonda Bullard at the H&R Block on Highway 18 next to Walmart and GNC and the shoe store, the Chinese food place, that H&R Block, whatever. So after we filed my taxes, and she started telling me about what I can do from now on in order to increase my earnings in order to increase my income tax for the next few years from now on. You know, I'm 24. Every job I go to, I have people telling me it's best to go exempt on your withholding, so they won't just take out your taxes altogether when you're making like a good amount of money. No. So I told her that, and we were just talking or whatever, and then she started saying that that's not really the best way to go. You want them to take out your taxes, right? You want them to take them out, especially federal, state. Otherwise, you're gonna owe. Because I ended up owing money for 2017 because I was exempt the whole time. We all think it's best to go exempt when we're making a good amount of money in order to keep, the government from really taking out everything that we done made ourselves. It's our money. Government ain't working for it. It's our money. So she proceeded to teach me about what I can do to actually get more money on my income tax. Some people think it's best to have kids or find somebody, claim other people's kids or whatever, or find, some kind of way to get more money on your income tax. Cause the government really ain't trying to give you your money at all. So she was showing me what I can do on my W-4s, right? Now, the W-4, you put your little withholdings, and whether you single or you're $6,000 when you single, or you file jointly, or you file separately, you're widowed, you're filing by yourself, and on that W-4, they actually, if you're single, married, whatever, you need to place a zero here, 6,000 here. Yeah, so she was telling me what all I can do to actually get more money back on my income tax. Now, apparently, so I'm gonna show you this form right here, that W-4 form. I'm also gonna show you this form right here. It's also the other form that you fill out for your taxes when you giving the sheets out to your employer when you file it. You know what I'm talking about. So on the W-4 form, your employees withholding allowance certificate. So I'm filing single. I'm not married. I'm not widowed. I'm not filing separately from a marriage or whatever. So I'm filing single. On line 5, total number of allowances you're claiming, I have to put 0 there. So, because when you're doing them forms, I'm filing single. You have to put 1 here, 1 here. So you can either put for your allowances between 1 and 2. I can put either between 0, 1, or 2. So she told me that when I'm doing my W-4, I need to put 0. So you want federal to take out the maximum amount of money out of your checks, out of each of your checks. So she told me to put 0 so they can take out as much as possible, right? You know, 0, you want them to they're taking out as much as possible. You don't want them to in your head. You're like, no, that's fine, that's cool. I don't want to do that. I don't want them to take all that money out of my check or whatever, because that's your check. You probably live from check to check, or you really need that money for something, whatever. You don't want them to just take out all the taxes that they will want to take out. So she's telling me that on my W-4, put 0 instead of 1 or 2. Just put 0 on line 5. And then on line 6, when it says additional amount, if any, you want withheld from each paycheck. So I'm going to show you that line right there where she highlighted. She highlighted this line right here. right under that zero. Because you put the five, for line 5, you put 0. Then for line 6, it's asking if you want any additional money held out. So she was telling me that put 0 there, let them take out the maximum amount they want to take out. And then on the additional amount line for line 6, you can put down any amount, right? Any amount. So you take it out, you put down your 0, and then you put down whatever amount you want. Now, she's telling me I can do like $20, $30, $20 or $30, whatever, for them to take out an additional amount out of my check. Each check, okay? Each check. You know, honestly, $20 add up. It does. It really does add up, especially if you're like living check to check or if you got something going on that really needs to be paid for. So you're trying to keep as much as your check as possible. She was telling me that when you put down a 0, they take all their check, take all their money out, and then you put down an additional amount, they're gonna take that amount out as well. Then you sign your date, you turn it in to your job, whatever, So what she was telling me was that with that additional amount taken out of your check each month, that additional amount taken out of your check will add up and add up and add up to your, when it's time for income tax, you're gonna get your return, your normal return back, plus the additional amount that they was taken out. So that's an additional amount on your income tax. So $20 for an additional $20 biweekly taken out of your check. Then once you file your taxes, your income tax return could be up by $500 some dollars. So I'm telling you, $500 some dollars. That's crazy. And we already know as it is, it's hard to even get that much money on your income tax when you're single and you ain't really doing. It's hard to get that much money back legally. Okay, it's hard to get that much money back legally. So you send a filing, you might get $400, $300 back on a normal time, but then you add this additional amount, and this additional amount is done stacked up over the tax year, and now you getting an additional $400, $500, $600 on your income tax just because you told them to get their money. They also take this out as well. So now it's like an additional amount that it's a legal savings account. That's pretty much what it is. It's a legal savings account that you can't touch. It's not a CD account that you can just put money there, put it on standby, let it gain interest over whatever time frame for a certain percentage, and then take it out whenever. Nah, this is money you can't touch at all until it's income tax and when you file your taxes. This is money you can't touch. It's not going to gain interest. The interest is that $20 stacking up each and every check for that tax year. So now you're like, what? That's crazy. You might not believe me. I didn't believe it myself at first at all because you go, every job you've been going to, your coworkers tell you, oh, you need to go exempt, 6 months off, 6 months off, whatever like that. That's illegal. You might end up on at some point anyway if you keep doing it. And like, but the $20 or 30, 40, 15, whatever you decide to put down as that additional amount will stack up for the entire tax year. And then you get all that money back when it's time to file your taxes. So that's a whole savings account right there that you can't even touch. So it's getting, that money is stacking up until it's actually time for you to file your taxes. So when you get your income tax return, you're gonna get whatever you're supposed to have got with your W-2, school, whatever assets you have that you're adding, you filing for, anything that you're filing for, it's gonna stack up, and then plus the money the additional amount that you was taking out of your check, that you let them take out of your check each month, is stacking up really bad, really crazy. I'm telling you. So now you got your regular income tax plus that additional amount that you let them take out of your check, which is off the charts crazy. So because she had like a relative, a daughter or somebody, a relative, she told to do this. That person got back $6,000 on her income tax just by following what Miss Rhonda told her, and that's including she has a $55,000 a year salary at her job. Then she also has two jobs, so she done got $6,000 back from following what Miss Rhonda told her. Don't go exempt. Put your zero so they can take out the maximum amount, whether you filing single, married but separately, joint, whatever. It's going to be more money than you actually thought, and it's actually perfectly legal. The crazy thing is, nobody tells you this stuff. Nobody tells you this stuff. Fortunately, I had a nice, cool tax preparer this year, and she told me this, and now I know what I need to do. But that's how you do it on state. Excuse me, federal. Now, with the state now, this form right here, you see it? This form right here. So, line 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. You, excuse me, line 1, 2, or 3. You either checking single, married status, head of family, or whatever. I'm gonna tell you what she told me to do. I'm filing separately. So as you're filing separately, the instruction says A, B, or C. If you're filing separately, that's $6,000. So on line 1, you put $6,000. Then you just mark away. You got dependents? Don't fill in the dependent spot. Mark away. And then for line 6, total amount of exemption claimed. I ain't got no dependents. I'm single. So I'm gonna put $6,000 again on line 6. Not a line 7 that asks you for that additional amount you will want them to withhold from your check every check, every pay period. So, and you pretty much doing the same thing with state that you just did with federal. And next thing you know, you get your regular money back for income tax season, and then whatever excess money that you let them take out is going to be given right back to you when you file your taxes. So now you're like, you're getting a whole lot more money than what you actually than what you were getting for the past few years or however long you was filing your taxes. And that's crazy, and that's really crazy, and I'm like, that literally blew my mind. It really did. It literally blew my effing mind. So you telling me I'm been going exempt, so they can't take the taxes right then, and next thing you know, I might be owing or just not getting back as much money as I was at first, or whatever. And you're telling me let them take that money out, let them get their money. Then you tell them to get some more money. Then that more money that you actually told them to get is stacking up each check, and next thing you know, you might as well just do that instead of trying to get over on tax season and claiming somebody's kids or doing something, doing this, doing that, or doing whatever you doing to try to get as much money as possible back on income tax. I learned a better way. And that's going to be a better way for me because I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. I'm clocking in today and I'm filling my tax information out just like that. I don't have. Then the fact is they can't get mad at you about it because you told them to take it out. They can't get mad at you. They can't ask for it back and none of that because you told them to take that money out. So you won't owe that way at all. And it's crazy that nobody really tells you this stuff. Nobody tells you this stuff. They don't want you to know that. They really don't. So you might as well try it for a year, give it a chance, see what happens or anything like that, and see how that goes. See how much money gonna get back for the following tax season. Cause it might hurt you. It might hurt you at the time. Nobody wants to wants them to take out money, that much money or whatever you decide to put down, or you scared something might happen, or you might get in trouble, whatever, with the IRS. But at the same time, you're like, They took it out themselves. That's on them. Give it back. Give it back. I'm serious. Just give it back to me. I told you to take it out. Now I want it back. I want it back. So that's what I pretty much learned today when I went to file my taxes. A very helpful tip. I didn't know. I've been going H&R Block for some years now, for a few years now, and like nobody ever told me anything about that. And now I just learned a new way to make more money on my income tax. Yeah, the taxes might hurt at some point, or if I actually need it or whatever, it might hurt me. But I'm really, really, I'm willing to risk losing $20 out of my check. Yeah, the regular taxes gonna hurt like hell, especially when you're making a lot of money or decent money by social standards, whatever. But at the same time, you're like, people look forward to income tax season because that's when they get the most money back. And I want to tell y'all this because you might want to try it. You, I'm gonna try it. I'm not gonna force you to try it. That's your opinion. That's your prerogative. You can try it if you want to. I'm just wanting to inform you about what I learned today when I went to file my taxes. Well, also, for those of you who actually living in the South Jackson area, I do recommend you go see Ms. Rhonda Bullard at H&R Block on 4882 Highway 18 West, Jackson, Mississippi 39209, and get more information about it from her. She'll let you know. Here's her card information. Here's a card information or whatever. And it's like, I'm really grateful that she told me this. Then there's also this I would also like to tell y'all about. The H&R Block does referral thing, gotta do the referral thing. Now, I'm gonna give you my coupon code for, H&R Block's expensive. A lot of people don't go to them because they're that expensive. She did give me some coupons for a $25 off your tax preparation. Now, I'm gonna repeat the code to you. I'm gonna repeat it 3 times so that you'll probably get it. But it only works for new clients only. New clients. So the code is 258-286-205. Okay, it is valid from February 11th, 2019 to April 10th, 2019. That's $25 off your tax preparation. I just said it in one time. I'm going to repeat it again. Code number 258-286-205. That's twice. I'm going to do it again for you just to make sure you got it. 258-286-205. And that's for Rhonda Bullard at H&R Block on Highway 18. Try this. I'm suggesting you try it. I'm not going to make you try it. I just suggest it. I recommend it. Taxes, it hurts like a bitch when it's taken out every paycheck, especially if you're making a lot of money per pay period. But sometimes you're like, in the long run of those additional allowances, is going to help. It's going to pay out. You will get more money back on your income tax. That is the best thing about it. So I just wanted to share with you what I learned today. Something I didn't know, something I'm going to try, because going exempt when you don't really have a legitimate reason to go exempt, illegal, you most likely will have to pay back depending on how long you go exempt. But I wanted to tell you a way that would keep you from having to pay back. Okay? So if you're filing single on your federal return, you put 0 on excuse me, you put 0 on line 5, you put 6 on whatever, on line 6, you put whatever amount that you want them to also hold as well for you until federal tax season. And then on the state withholding exemption certification, Single, you put 6,000 on line 1. On line 6, you put 6,000. On line 7, you put whatever that amount you want to be. Sign it, date it, turn it in to your employer. Always put 0 so you can get the most out. All right? Always put 0 so that you can get the most out. Thank you.